Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rubber, Billy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers can they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gonna run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that's feature, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
All right, clap it up. Shalom Israel, where the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. Today is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class out here in the ATX. Okay, Brotherhood and Sisterhood is a weapon. It is not only is it a weapon, but it's a law. Okay, and brotherhood and sisterhood, that is the greatest weapon that we have. Okay, we have to exemplify that, because that's what's going to rebuild this nation. That's what's going to save us. That's how we can get heaven on earth, with brotherhood and sisterhood. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about what's coming up in some days. Christmas. Okay, everybody loves Christmas, and why does everybody love Christmas? Can anybody guess?
Family time.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What you gonna say back there? Go ahead. Because everybody thinks it's a great holiday. Okay.
I think everyone likes Christmas because the kids likes to get presents.
Okay.
That's why don't want to celebrate that.
Because of okay, and that's what it is. Like, and another thing is the reason you celebrate it is because it's tradition. Because your mama celebrated it, her mama celebrated it, her mama's mama celebrated it, and they go, they celebrated these customs, these pagan ways, okay? And that is why people celebrate Christmas because of these traditions. But we need to get understanding on where these traditions come from and why we even celebrate them and why we even partake. See, you think you're doing it because you think it's Jesus Christ's birthday, okay? Because you've been taught that your whole life that this is Jesus Christ's birthday, and you should celebrate this, okay? But this is a pagan custom and a pagan holiday.
Right.
So y'all think it's Jesus' birthday. You think Santa comes on down and what's he do? He comes to your chimney Tamakia. That's what he's doing. And bringing presents, bringing a bag full of presents. Okay. You okay? So we gotta understand what all this stuff really is and what's really going on. All right. Where do I want to start? I guess let me start with scripture first. Go ahead and give me Genesis 10:8. Because this is why you really celebrate Christmas. This is who you celebrating and who you doing it for. Okay. Yeah, we probably gonna have to move this.
Yeah,
let's just move that right now. Well, it's just not gonna be able to stay on the camera, you know.
Yeah, really about to go out right now. Can you refill it?
Nah. No, we gonna be doing that back and forth all night.
So, all right, we got the scripture. You ready, sir?
Con, go ahead.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Continue reading.
Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord.
All right. Read verse 10 for me.
Okay, you said verse 10?
Mm-hmm.
And verse 10, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel.
Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't need verse 10. So Nimrod was a what? They said he was a mighty hunter, right? He was fierce, okay? And he was feared. All right. And we're going to get more on that. Give me First Chronicles 1 and 10. Nimrod was feared, all right? And when you are celebrating this Christian tradition, this Christmas tradition, that's what you were doing, okay? Yep.
This is First Chronicle, chapter 1, verse 10. And Cush begot Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
He began to be a mighty upon the earth.
So he was a mighty man. He was a warrior. He was a killer. Okay. Go ahead and get the article that I had sent to you, Officer Tamaki.
All right, we're gonna drop the scriptures for a second.
Are you still on?
Come. Oh, yours dropped.
All right, no sweat. Just keep it going.
Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is an article about the Nimrod tree. The Nimrod tree. Nimrod, the Lord of Christmas.
The what?
The Lord of Christmas.
The what?
The Lord of Christmas.
That's what Nimrod is. He's the damn Lord of Christmas. Okay? Go ahead.
Nimrod started the great organized worldly apostasy
Mm-hmm.
from God that was dominated, that has dominated this world until now.
Mm-hmm.
Nimrod married his own mother.
He did what?
Married his own mother.
Nimrod married his own mother. Okay? This is who you celebrate. You supposed to be celebrating the birth of baby Jesus, right? I thought that's what Christmas was about. The birth of baby Jesus in a manger. Okay? You know, in a barn. All right? Continue reading.
Whose name was Semiramis. After Nimrod's death, his so-called mother/wife, Semiramis, propagated.
This is Semiramis.
Oh, Semiramis
Mm-hmm.
propagated the evil doctrine of the survival of Nimrod as a spirit being. She claimed a full-grown evergreen tree sprung overnight from the dead tree stump.
So she said from overnight, this tree stump turned into this big fern. Is that what it says? Read that one more time.
She claimed a full-grown evergreen tree sprung overnight from a dead tree stump.
You see that? So this is where you're getting the tradition of your Christmas tree. Okay? Because she said that it sprung up overnight. Okay? And continue. I don't want to jump the gun.
Which symbolized the springing forth unto new life of the dead Nimrod. On each anniversary of his birth, she claimed Nimrod would visit the evergreen tree and leave gifts upon it.
Good night. You see, so this is telling you right here. It said she's saying that Nimrod's spirit has transferred over to this tree. Okay, and it says Nimrod visits the evergreen tree and leaves gifts upon it. Okay, why do you ever wonder why you have to put the presents under the tree, and how come you can't just give how come you can't just give the gift to the people? Why do they have to go under the tree? Why do they have to sit there until that special day? You see, the world tells you which days are special. The world tells you which days are holy. The world tells you which days you're supposed to follow. All right, but that never goes according to the Bible. It's always against the Bible. Continue reading.
December 25th.
When is it?
December 25th.
When is it?
December 25th.
December 25th is his birthday. Okay, and he's not the only one. There's a plethora of so-called deities with the birthday on the 25th. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read some. I wasn't going to have you pull it up, but I'm not going to. Let's just see some real quick. I'm just going to read some. All right, Horus, Osiris, Attis, Krishna, Zoroaster, Merkura, Hercules, Dionys, Tammuz, Adonis, Hermes, Prometheus. This is just a few people who's born on December 25th. Okay, it's really what you worship, and it's the winter solstice. That's what it really boils down to. Okay. Oh, you do? Oh, go ahead and scroll up so they can see those names.
All right. Were many pagan gods born on December 25th? Here's the truth.
And this is just some of. This ain't all of them. Because I don't see Kronos up there. There's a couple I don't see up there, but go ahead. But
I don't even see Nimrod.
Right, I don't see Nimrod up there.
Come on, sir.
But you can scroll up to where it's
This top.
No, I mean scroll down. I mean to where it's where it don't have false over it.
Oh.
Right there. Go ahead and read those names again.
Guys born on December 25th.
And you can read the dates too, the years, I guess.
Oh, come on, sir. Horus, 3000 BC. Osiris, 3000 BC. Attis, 1400 BC. Krishna, 1400 BC. Zoroaster, 1000 BC. Hey, shh. Shh. How you say that? Mithra of Persia, 600 BC. Hercules, 800 BC. Dionysus, 186 BC. Tammuz, 400 BC. Adonis, 200 BC. Hermes, 400 BC. And Prometheus, born at the beginning of mankind. Good night.
Good night. You see, this is what we have to deal with in this world, man. The lies and the hypocrisy. Okay?
Right.
Forget that. But yeah, Nimrod's not the only one. Now let's go back to the other article. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go back to where it says and leaves gifts upon it. December 25th was the birthday. Okay.
December 25th was the birthday of Nimrod. This is the real origin of the Christmas tree.
This is what?
The real origin of the Christmas tree.
This is where you get your Christmas tree from. This is the real origin. This is where everything comes from. Okay? How come your Christian pastor don't tell you about this? He don't know who the hell Nimrod is. He never read Nimrod in the Bible.
Right.
He don't do no research. He don't know any damn thing.
Genesis.
Okay? It just doesn't make any sense that we've been celebrating this. We've been putting Christmas trees up in our house forever.
Right.
And you talking about Christ's birthday is on December 25th. It's not, okay? Obviously, we are celebrating. Obviously, Christmas is older than Christ. So how are you going to say that Christ was born December 25th? That's because of paganism. That's because of your enemy teaching and telling you what you should celebrate and what you shouldn't. Okay, they're the ones who come up with all your feast days. All right, they do it. They tell you to put a Christmas tree in your house. Okay, they do it. What else do they tell you? They tell you to burn a Yule log, right? They'll tell you that too. They'll say, burn that Yule log, celebrate that Christmas, celebrate them New Year's, all of the above. Go ahead and read that again.
December 25th was the birthday of Nimrod. This is the real origin of the Christmas tree.
What's the real origin of the Christmas tree? Good night. Continue reading.
Oh, that's it.
That's the end of the.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Traditionally, a Yule log was burnt in the first place of Christmas Eve and during the night as the log's embers died, were appeared in the room as if by magic. A Christmas tree surrounded by gifts. The Yule log represented the sun god Nimrod. Good night. And the Christmas tree represented himself resurrected as his own son Tammuz.
Read that over. Read that whole section over one more time. Slovakia.
Traditionally, a Yule log was burnt in the first place of Christmas Eve during the night as the log's embers died.
So that traditional Yule log, that Christmas tree and that Yule log, That comes from Nimrod. That is Nimrod's spirit. I told you Nimrod's spirit was in this tree, and you brought gifts because you were scared of Nimrod. Nimrod was a scary person. He wasn't friendly. Okay, he said he became mighty on the earth, right? Ain't that what the scripture has said?
Come on, sir.
Continue.
There appeared in the room as if by magic a Christmas tree surrounded by gifts.
All right, so it says traditionally a Yule log burns in the fireplace on Christmas Eve during the night. As the log's embers died, there appeared in the room as if by magic a Christmas tree surrounded by gifts. That's your Santa coming through the chimney, and you waking up in the morning and he what? He drank 2 sips of your milk and took 1 bite of your cookie. And what they used to tell you, he ate that cookie. He could take a bite of the cookie. Why? Because he has to go to everybody's house and take 1 bite of everybody's cookies. If he ate all 3 cookies that you made, he'll get full quick. Continue reading, Officer Tamakia.
The Yule log represented the sun god Nimrod, and the Christmas tree represented himself resurrected as his own son Tammuz after Armageddon. Chapter 4.
You can skip that. Just go. So our Christmas tree.
So our Christmas tree and our Yule log have tremendous meaning, but not a Christian meaning.
But what?
But not a Christian meaning.
But what?
Not a Christian meaning.
Christians what?
Have tremendous meaning, but not a Christian meaning.
Christians. I know you want to say this is about Jesus and love and thanks and giving of gifts. It's letting you know it has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas.
Right.
And you over here celebrating this because you don't have the gall to stand up and go against what America tells you have to celebrate. Okay? This is letting you know that this is not of God. But you celebrate it anyway. You have no care. Why? Because you love everything more than you love God. What are you celebrating? Because of your mama? That's why you got to celebrate? Because of your child? See, that's the problem. And I definitely got to say that. That's the problem that is going on today. The children run the damn household.
Right.
That is a major problem. The children are running your household because that's the reason. Oh, I don't want them to feel left out. That's what you care about. You don't want them to feel left out, but you know what? You're going to be left out the kingdom if you continue on with this paganism, with these customs that don't have anything to do with us. Continue reading, Officer Tamakia.
The Yule log is dead Nimrod, human ruler of ancient Babylon, who was eventually defied as the sun incarnated, a hence of God. Christmas tree is mystical Tammuz. The slave god came to life again. The real origin of Christmas.
Yep, let's get it.
The real origin of Christmas goes back to ancient Babylon. It is bound up in the organized apostasy, with which Satan has gripped a deceived world these many centuries. In Egypt, it was always believed that the son of Iris, Egyptian name for Queen of Heaven, was born December 25th.
And then that Queen of Heaven too. That's what they be calling Mary as well. Why do they call Mary the Queen of Heaven? Because you believe that Christ was born from some virgin.
Right.
You know, because you have absolutely no understanding of the Bible. All right, continue going.
How you say the name again?
Semiramis.
Semiramis also bear the title Queen of Heaven. She was Nimrod's mother. paganism celebrated his famous birthday over most of the known world for centuries before the birth of Christ.
Mm-hmm. Now I want you to drop down to you could drop down. No, I don't want that deception to say. I want we could drop down to no, we're gonna get into some scriptures because we already kind of dropped that article. Give me Second Maccabees chapter 6. We'll start there. This is why you don't know your custom. This is why you celebrate pagan holidays, and then you look at me like I'm evil because I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, because I don't celebrate Christmas, because I don't celebrate New Year's, Valentine's Day. It's like you look at me like I'm evil. But there's a reason why you don't why you celebrate these and you don't celebrate your feast day. We're in the middle of the Feast of Dedication right now. Do y'all know anything about the Feast of Dedication? Absolutely not. But you know every damn thing about Christmas. Okay? Except the true meaning of Christmas. Except what Christmas really is. You don't know what the hell that is. But you know whatever your pastor told you. You know whatever your mama told you. Whatever Big Mama told you. Go ahead, officer.
Man, what the priest is bringing out is heavy. Like, he breaking down the history of Christmas all the way to the T. And if I could, I brought something heavy out last week at camp. Like, all oppressors have all these pagan holidays because they can't come to our congregation when we have our feast days and our high holidays.
That's right.
So they gotta have Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You know, the downfall of the Israelites.
Right.
But it's right in our face and we don't even know it.
That's right.
When we got our high holidays for the downfall of them.
Yeah, I'm
So
right.
it's time for us to pick a side, man. You want the winning side at the end of the time, or you want the loser side that's gonna get destroyed and it's like a fire?
That's right. I'm right. Give him a hand. Yeah, because what you got to understand is you're not going to be able to partake of the Lord and the cup of devils. Okay, and we'll get that later. But see, what's going on is you don't even understand why you celebrate these things, and that's why we are trying to teach you. That's why we are trying to tell you exactly what you're celebrating, so you could have an understanding. You know what most people say? Well, I don't. They always say, I don't. Well, I don't look at it that way. I'm not doing it for that. But you're doing it for what it's meant for, and that's period.
That's
okay,
right.
go ahead and read that 6 and 1.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Not long after this, the king sent the old man of
Athens.
Yeah, it was right on my tongue, but I just hate the city so much I forgot it. Okay, so like it. Not long after this, the king sent the old man of Atlas to compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers.
To do what?
To depart from the law of their fathers.
Uh-huh.
Man, they're gonna hate you again. That was in my heart. Like cinnamon butter. And not to live after the laws of God.
You see, this is what's happening. This is what people do. They corrupt you. They take you. They make it to where you're not going to be able to live by the laws of your God. This is a king. They sending men there to compel you, so you could turn away from the God of your fathers and start following what? The gods of their fathers, their beliefs, their customs. Continue reading.
Verse 2. And to pollute also the temples in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympus, and that in Gorism of Jupiter and defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place.
You see, that's what they did. They took our temple and they said, "Oh, this temple of Jerusalem is no longer the temple of Jerusalem. It is now the temple of Jupiter. It's Mount Olympus. It's same thing they do today. Same thing they're gonna do. They will conquer any damn thing they want, and they will turn it to the name that they set forth on it. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 3. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
Continue.
Verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling
and reveling.
And reveling by the Gentiles.
All right. Reveling. Let me get that definition for the people. You know.
Google on screen.
Yeah. You can go ahead and do that. Yeah, because I want the people to be able to see reveling. Okay.
REVELL.
Where we at?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Scripture wasn't up.
Yeah, reveling. REVELLING.
Okay. This is the definition of reveling on the Google search, right? Man. Okay. Reround, agree ground, or present, particularly reveling. How you say it again? Reveling. Enjoying oneself in a lively and noisy way.
See that? They is partying, causing riot.
Right.
Okay? In your temple. That's what they're doing. Enjoying oneself. Lively and noisy. So they having a damn party in your temple while they sacrifice to false gods.
Right.
Okay, continue.
Especially with drinking and dancing. Similarity, celebrate, to marry.
Oh no, you can drop that. Salakia, go back to yes, Second Maccabees 6 and 4. Pick it up from the top.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dealt with harlots.
What's harlots? Anybody know what a harlot is? Go ahead, officer.
It's too many examples.
No, just the one example that I'm looking for.
Strippers.
No.
Prostitution.
No.
Whores.
Yes. That's what a harlot is. A harlot is a whore. Yeah, all that fits under whore. You can perfectly just wrap all those up under that one classification. Whore. That's what a harlot is. Okay? Go ahead.
So like it. Damn right, sir. And had to do with women within the circus of the holy places.
So they're doing this with the women in the circuit of the holy places. They are in the temple being completely unlawful. Continue reading.
And brought in things that were not lawful.
And they brought in things that weren't lawful. Continue.
Verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things.
No, with profane things.
Profane things, which the law forbidded.
So they're in there with things that the law prohibited. So they're in there with their drugs. They're in there with their unlawful sex. They're in there with their pork, Christians. Okay? Just like you can go downstairs in any church and get a pork chop sandwich after the service. Okay? It's no different. Continue reading. Because this is where why you don't celebrate your high holy day, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep 7 days and ancient fasts.
What?
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep 7 days or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Kanye West.
to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Kyrie Irving.
To profess himself at all to be a Jew.
It's unlawful to call yourself a Jew. You could call yourself any damn thing. But if you say the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews, then you will be vilified. They will kill you for that. Okay? That's what we have to understand. It says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days. He can't even keep his own customs without having to fear death. That is a problem. These are the problems that we have. Okay. It says the Sabbath day or our ancient fast, our ancient feast. We couldn't keep this feast that we're keeping today, this feast of dedication, because it's unlawful. It's unlawful to do anything that is your custom, because they want you to feed their empire. You feel their empire when you got to go buy a Christmas present. I see a bunch of people stressed out right now. You know who's not stressed out? The men and women in the Israelite School of UPK. We're not stressed out at all. I don't have to worry about buying a Christmas gift.
Right.
I don't have to worry about if you're gonna like it. And what is that? You give somebody something, they really don't like it. They re-gifting your gift. They said, nah, I'd rather not have that. I'd rather just have what I really want. Okay. You get your girl what? You got her a 1997 Mitsubishi, okay? Because that's what you could afford. But they want that. They want that what Benz outside. I ain't never seen that. So like I ain't never seen no Benz with no bow outside talking about it's your birthday, baby.
Right.
I mean it's Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas. Okay, that's the commercials. That's not our life. What are you doing? You struggling to get your kid a $10 present? You struggling to get Jerome, who's failing 9th grade for the 3rd time. You got to get him the new cool gray Jordans. He has to get his Jordans, or he will hate you. But he's not going to get those grades up, but he's going to get those Jordans. Because what? Because you don't want him to be left out. And if you bring him some Reeboks, he's going to punch a hole in your wall. Okay? And you're going to, and then your little kids, you got to get them every damn thing. And you got to say Santa brought it. And you're not going to be able to pay your rent in January because you spent all your money on Christmas presents. Yeah. Hell, I've gotten that call from people in my family. How much money you got? Can you send me some money? I got to pay my rent. I spent it on Christmas presents. You don't think your kid would appreciate the gift of having damn lights on the roof over their head? Is that not a gift? Right. I believe that's a gift we pay every damn month. It says, or to profess himself as a Jew at all. You cannot call yourself the people of God. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you will be vilified and damn near put to death for that. Go ahead, sis.
Well, just to kind of go back to what you're saying about, people not being able to do certain things like pay their rent or their bills because they're worried about this. I mean, and then also you have to think about the people that's committing other acts of, as far as stealing and things like that, just to make sure they have a good quote unquote Christmas.
Give her a hand. Because if you can't, we are poor. We're all poor. So if we can't afford to get these gifts, we're going to feel like we don't love our kids. That's how they make you feel. When I was in the world and I wasn't able to provide a gift for my kid because I'm in oppression, I felt bad. I felt horrible. Just like there. I felt horrible. Okay, I felt like I wasn't a good dad because I couldn't get a tickle me Elmo. Okay, because I couldn't get this Lego set, this that. I put that there because I thought that's what you was asking me if I wanted.
Sorry, sir. But you risk your whole life to do, like, basically, you know,
Yes.
people in the stores stealing and all types of things, and you risk your whole life to do this.
Yes.
That you could spend 6 months in jail for the one night just to get your children or whoever something for Christmas.
Exactly. And as you're doing that, that's the wild. And as you're doing that, you out here stealing, committing crimes, armed robbery. Like, if you go to jail, you're going to miss Christmas any damn way. You're not going to be available for it.
And they're still not going to have anything.
And they're still not going to have a damn thing. All right, let me give First Maccabees. Hey, I need give me a cup, baby. First Maccabees. We'll start at 1:54. Nah, I need a cup. I don't even know what the hell that is. Okay. Give it to Officer Tamakia to bring out all kind of drinks that you've never seen before. Okay. Sawada, but I'm good.
What you gonna say?
I want to go to First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 54. No, I just need a cup. All right.
Hey, this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the 15th day of the month, Casliel, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of the dissolution upon the altar, and built idol altars throughout the city of Judah on every side.
That's what they're doing. They're building altars to their idol in the Holy Land. In the land of the Lord, what are they doing? They're building up idols, these false idols, these pagan idols all over. Continue reading.
Verse 55. And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets.
Continue.
Verse 56. And when they went, and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire.
What they do?
They burnt them with fire.
They burnt them with fire. You was not allowed to have the books of the law. And read that one more time.
Verse 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
They burnt our books. They burnt our records. That's how they feel about us. They will burn your records and without a care. Read the next verse. This next verse for all you blackity blacks. We got a cut for y'all.
Verse 57. And whosoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the kings committed.
Hold on. Read that part one more time. Anybody was found with the book of the testament.
And whosoever was found with the book of the testament.
The what?
The book of the testament.
The what?
The book of the testament.
For everybody who says, why y'all reading the Bible? There wasn't even no Bible in the Bible. They wasn't even reading the Bible in Bible days.
Right.
What is this called?
The book of the testament.
Continue reading.
Right. Or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they shall be put him to death.
So if I'm following my records, my customs, my way, ain't that what they did to us in slavery? Ain't that what happened?
Right.
We was able to read. We knew how to read. They didn't care about us reading. They cared about us reading the Bible. That's what they would burn your eyes out for. So it's letting you know right here, whosoever was found with the book of the testament, or even if you just kept your law, you was committed to your laws. You didn't want to eat no pork. You didn't want to eat no bacon. You didn't want to eat no shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster. That was enough for you to be put to death. for following your laws, your statutes, your commandments, your customs. Continue reading. I got a lot to get through.
Verse 58. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month to as many as were found in the city.
That means often. It says every month. So they're going around trying to find you, studying your records every month so they can kill you. Continue reading.
Verse 59. Now the 5th and the 20th day.
Now what?
Now the 5th and the 20th day.
Now what?
The 5th and the 20th.
What the hell is the what is the 5th and 20th day?
Of the year?
What's the 5th of a month? What's the 5th and 20th day of a month? You're right. What it say? Just say what you're going to say.
I'm sorry.
The 5th and 20th day. That's a number. That's a number.
25th.
The 25th. Give her a hand. This is your Christmas. This is what they made you do. This is the Bible, y'all.
Just to kind of touch back, and when you said that, they say that we couldn't read. I mean, I'm thinking so. As time went on, whenever we were brought into captivity, as time went on, generations went on, that people weren't able to read at all because you were beaten into submission and things like that, to where that's not even something you thought to learn.
That was later, and it wasn't that we wasn't allowed to read, because we was able to read blueprints
or what they give us.
We was able to read what they gave us. You was able to read their cooking instructions. You was able to read their recipes. You was able to read things. You wasn't able to read the Bible. You wasn't able to read your records. That's what you got your eyes burnt out for. That's what you got punished for. Just like right here. It didn't say they wasn't allowed to just read anything. It said they wasn't allowed to be found with the book of their testament. Because that's the problem. It isn't just anything. They don't care about you reading anything. You reading stuff that wasn't just something just so important. It's what you're reading which is important. Do we finish that out?
Nah, sir.
Go ahead and finish that out.
Verse 59. Now the 5th and the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the altar, on an idol altar, which was upon the altar of God.
They took the altar of the Most High and they put the idol's offer on top of it. They put the idol on top of the Most High's offer. Man. Give me Zechariah 2:6.
If I could, give an example. Like all throughout time, all of the heathen nations wanted our covenant. So this is like a prime example of Alexander the Freak, right? That's what I call him, bro.
Yeah.
The
Greek,
right?
The Macedonian,
right? The other people call him Alexander the Great, but the only thing he was great at was trying to cover up the faces of the Israelites. Yeah,
damn right.
Good night.
Good night.
It goes from Psalms all the way to Maccabees with the same people.
Right.
It's like
right. And that's what it does.
You know how they.
You gotta raise your hand.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Just what the priest is saying, just kind of covering up our history. From everything to paintings and so on and so forth. They literally whitewashed every single thing that was already there, covering it up.
Yeah.
To show that it wasn't us. It was all.
And that's why you don't believe that you ever created or invented anything.
Damn.
When your enemy, your oppressor, the only thing he's ever invented was the patent. Was a patent.
Right.
So he can patent everything that he steals from you. Go ahead and read that scripture. I gotta move on.
It's like where we at?
Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. And it reads, and the sea coast shall be.
Hold on, no. Zach.
Oh yeah, I'm in Zephyr now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for keywords right here.
Cause it's like it. I looked at it, I was like, nah, I was like, let me read it. It's heavy.
Yeah.
All
Well, it's the Bible, so it's definitely heavy.
It's like this is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. Ho ho.
What?
Ho ho.
What?
Ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho. This is the ho, ho you need to be looking for. Not ho, 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 somebody coming through your chimney to put some presents. Go ahead.
Damn, I wanna touch on something if I could.
Go ahead.
Like what kind of fairy tale comes into existence of a jolly, like right, a heavy set man fitting through a small chimney? Like, don't make no sense, man.
We don't have chimneys in the damn ghetto.
Right.
I don't have no damn chimney.
It's heavy. Fairy tale, so it's like it.
Continue
What the
reading.
preacher says, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
verse 6. Ho ho, come forth
Mm-hmm.
and flee from the land of the north.
Where?
The land of the
The
north.
what?
The land of the north.
Where are we?
North America, sir.
Okay, North America. Continue reading.
Said the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, said the Lord.
Continue reading.
Verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
That's where we at. We in modern day Babylon. Just like back then we was in Babylon, we still in Babylon right now. Okay? Because we in that land of the north. We need to come up out of her. When it says come out of her, it don't mean leave. Don't mean go move somewhere and be a second class citizen there too. It means come out of their ways, their philosophies, their customs. Hold your peace. We're gonna move along on this.
I just had
Oh yeah, go ahead.
for the breakdown of this, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So when it says daughter of Babylon, right?
Right.
Now that you was teaching class and you expounded on Nimrod married his mother,
Mm-hmm.
is it safe to say that that's why this is called a daughter of Babylon? Because his mama or wife pushed his kind of truth? Or it's just because this so weak of a nation is a better way to break it down?
Yeah. What I'm gonna say is because the customs of Babylon, like the customs of Egypt, the customs of Babylon, those are the customs that America like still. The reason it says daughters of Babylon is because it's like Babylon. Just like Babylon was a mixing pot. Babylon had a bunch of different races, like America has a bunch of different races, mixing and matching and all that. So I would ask Cap that question, or Officer One Gallo the question you had. But yeah, but for right now, I'm gonna just say it's because we're in modern day Babylon, like we're in modern day Egypt. These are two nations that oppressed us, who we loved, who we wanted to be like. We loved their customs. Remember when we were saved from Egypt? What happened? We wanted to go back. Okay, give me Jeremiah 7:18. Let's get some more of Christmas. You ask a Christian to show you Christmas in the Bible, they can't do it. But here in the Israelite School of UPK, we're going to show you everything that has to do with your pagan holiday that you love.
All right.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, you did that to the Lord. Cover your head. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the woman knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven.
Wasn't we reading about the Queen of Heaven in the article? Read that over from the top, Officer Tamakia. This sounds like Christmas. This sounds like they making these Christmas cookies for Santa. Go ahead, read that. Good night.
Verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven.
Damn.
and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods.
Unto who?
Unto other gods.
Unto who?
Unto other gods.
Yeah, you pouring out. Why you think you drinking that eggnog and brandy for Christ? No, they eggnog and brandy's for Nimrod. Continue reading.
That they may provoke me to anger.
That they may provoke me to anger. You anger the Lord. That's why Amos says, I hate your feast days. Give me Exodus 20:3. Because it says, you pour out your drink offering to other gods.
That was a good one, sir.
You pull out your drink offerings to other gods. Okay, well, let's see what the Bible says about other gods in the law.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
No, you could have the God. You could have Nimrod, the Christmas guy.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
But I just want to get my kids need these presents.
No other gods.
You can't have no other gods before you. You know, and see, that's the problem. We put other gods before us. Why? How are these other gods getting before us? Why? Because of our lust. Our lust makes us put other gods before us. Because we want to fit in. We don't want to be left out. Some psychologists is talking about some left out syndrome. You don't want to be left out. You don't want to miss something. You don't want to not be a part of something. Okay.
Natalia, go in there with your mom.
No, I thought it was them, babe. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:25.
Close the door.
Yeah, it's behind it. There you go.
Close the door.
Yeah, let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 25.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
This is what you should do. You should take that Christmas tree that you got up in your house, and you should take it outside, and you should just set it on fire.
Right.
Because you already destroyed it when you cut it down. You cutting down the damn trees, and don't we need oxygen? Nobody needs a tree inside their house. It does absolutely nothing for you.
Right.
But you know, if you leave that tree outside and let it grow, you know the wonders that it does for the world, that it does for the earth. It does amazing things for the earth.
Right.
A tree is a living thing. Right. And you just want to cut it down because you want to put it in your house and you want to decorate it and you love it. Hold your peace, sis. I'll let you get in later. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold.
That what?
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold.
That's what you desire, right? That's some songs they have, the silver and gold songs, right? That's a big part of Christmas, that silver and that gold. Continue reading.
That is on them,
Mm-hmm.
nor take it unto thee.
You see, and it says that is on, it says the silver and gold that is on them. Talking about being on your graven images, the things you are worshiping. Continue reading.
Least thou be snared therein.
See, it becomes a snare therein. It becomes a snare to you.
Right.
It's a snare because the snare is a trap.
Right.
You are setting yourself up for a trap when you don't have enough money for rent and Christmas presents. When you don't have enough money for your car note and Christmas presents. Okay? Because you are in hell. You can't do any damn thing.
Right.
You are poor. You are suffering. Right. And you just try to make it happen. Just like even with Tupac, what did he say? Mama made a miracle every Thanksgiving because we don't have any damn thing. Yeah. So when you're able to go off the holiday that your oppressor created, then you feel like it's a miracle. Man, I was able to get him those shoes. Man, he wanted those shoes that was so bad I was able to do it. Man, I just thank the Lord. I was able to have a good Christmas for my family. When you're not gonna have a good New Year, because you ain't gonna have any lights, and then you're gonna be put out on the damn street.
This is Black Eyed Peas.
Good night. Go ahead.
Two things, sir, if I may. So back with this scripture, Deuteronomy 7:25, in layman's terms, for those sisters and brothers that don't understand, this is basically saying about being materialistic. Am I correct?
No. This is about graven images. So your grandma dies, you put this picture up, and you got a shrine, and you putting objects there. You put a gold chain there.
Okay.
You put her ring there.
What's this?
And then
Kelly be wearing the
rosary.
Yeah.
You put a rosary there. Then every holiday you set a plate out for her.
Okay.
You putting a plate to the dead. So it's not about materialistic thing, because don't think silver and gold is silver and gold chains, but silver and gold are beautiful things, and we like to dress images with them. That's why every Christmas tree has the silver and gold on it. Go ahead.
If I could, like, to add on what both of y'all is talking about, the snares. When we look at it today, right, and we fall for Christopher Columbus Day or July 4th, it's like we putting our foot in that bear trap, and it just clamp on us every time. Like, we not finna get away with no jot or no tittle. Like, everything we do against the Most High is an abomination, like the scripture said. It said, "Thus saith the Lord thy God." So
right.
when we fall into that bear trap, it's snaring us up into the same way that Eve fell for Adam's deceit in that Garden of Eden when, she bared that fruit of another nation's custom. All these customs that we desire are not ours, but these high holy days and these feast days are ours, man.
They are.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
You
Damn right. Hold your peace 1 second. Keep going real quick.
On touching it?
On the scripture, because I gotta get through.
Least
we ain't even had Jeremiah 10 yet.
Right. Least I be snared therein, for it is an abomination to the Lord thy God.
Just says it's an abomination to the Lord thy God. Abomination is not a good thing at all. Right. Continue reading.
Yeah, it's really dead. Yeah, me. Verse 26.
We're about to see your Christmas tree right now.
Neither.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna walk you there.
Sir.
One West UPK style. Continue going.
Neither shall thou bring an abomination into thine house.
What is that? No, I want you to read that one more time.
Okay. Come. Neither shall thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Neither shall thou bring an abomination to your house. That's why pork can't come into my house.
That's right.
Shrimp, crab, or lobster. And what else? Christmas trees. That's bringing an abomination into your house. Continue reading.
Least there be a cursed thing like it.
You're going to be cursed just like that is cursed. Continue.
But thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it.
Abhor it means treat it with hatred. Not just hate it, but treat it with hatred.
Right.
Burn it. Continue reading.
For it is a cursed thing.
Now give me Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. And we'll see we'll just see. We'll see your Christmas tree right here. We'll see what you're talking about is Christ's birthday all the way back here in Jeremiah. This isn't Matthew,
right?
Mark, Luke, or John. Even though Christ is in the Old Testament, I could say Daniel, but how the hell would a Christian know that?
Well, sir,
you got a question? All right, then hold your peace.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathens. Here in America, we only know the way of the heathen. We only know what the hell they do. We don't know our ways, our laws, statutes, and commandments because them niggas in here following the Bible is a cult. If you don't follow Christmas, you're in a cult. You know? If you don't celebrate their holidays, you're in a cult. If you don't agree with homosexuality, you're in a cult.
Right.
Okay, continue reading.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. I mean, there's two people that look up at the stars and all this stuff, you know. There's people who look up at there and they worship the creation. They're dismayed by it. Okay? There's people that will go up, that look up there and know that there's a God, there's a creator who created that. Okay? Don't be dismayed by them. Don't be looking at heaven, looking up and just being so amazed by the sky and the planets and all that. Continue.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For the custom of the people are vain. What does vain mean in the Bible? What is vain or vanity? Does anybody know? Do you know?
Not necessarily.
Vain or vanity, it means nothing. That's what it means in the Bible. Go ahead and continue reading. So it said, read that part one more time. Verse 3.
For the customs of the people are vain.
For the customs of the people are nothing. Their customs are absolutely nothing. Your customs are great. Continue reading.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
What does he do?
Cutteth the tree out of the forest.
What does he do?
Cutteth the tree out of the forest.
He cutteth the tree out of the forest. Continue reading.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Continue reading.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Hold on. Weren't we just talking about this?
Right.
This is your Christmas tree. If you can't see that he cutted it out of the forest with that axe and decks it with silver and gold, and what else? What else do we do to Christmas trees?
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
Why do they fasten it with nails and hammers? Why do you have to have, when you get a real Christmas tree, right? Why do you have to bring it in, and why do you have that red or green circle thing and you got to twist those?
Right.
Why do you have to do that? Because what? Go ahead and read.
And with hammers, that it move not.
That it move not. Continue reading. We definitely touching verse 5.
Verse 5. They are upon as a palm tree.
So I can read that one more time.
They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
Meaning what? What does this mean? Can anybody break this down? What this means? Go ahead.
It's like a lot of people, open up their Christmas presents at the tree and they bow down to it. That Christmas tree is not going to talk back to you or speak.
That's right.
So it's telling us don't go into it at all. Like, that's not our custom. Don't be afraid to not celebrate that wicked pagan holiday. I'm going to be a little bit more seasoned than I want to say.
Let me see, do I got this in here? What you just said is so heavy. Like, that is the breakdown. Let me go to my...
So like, can I add a little bit
more?
Yeah,
keep at it, because I gotta go. I gotta try to find something real quick. Go ahead.
Neither can you open up them Christmas presents do good to you, because really you angering the Most High. Because what you don't know is the history behind this, and the history behind this isn't the little baby Christ and the two wise men and Mother Mary all giving thanks to to the Christmas tree on Christmas, saying that Jesus Christ is born on this day to celebrate that tree. That's why the scriptures are so heavy. Like, don't go. Don't be afraid of it. This can only do evil. It ain't got no good in it.
That's
So why you
right.
celebrate? Good night.
That's right.
I had to rhyme a little bit, but it's on time.
Give that brother a hand.
You want me to start it off for you?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking for something else, but
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse
no,
5.
that's what I want. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. First read that. So I can first read that again, that part.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
That's right. Now give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, and verse 1.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 1. Again, one prepared himself to sail, and about to pass through the raging waves, caught upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carried him. Damn.
What does that mean? Can anybody break this down and blow my mind? It says, again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through raging waves, he calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carried him.
Is that referring to false?
You got to raise your hand. Go ahead.
Is that referring to false idols?
But what false idol? What false idol is a piece of wood?
The Christmas tree? No.
All right, the Christmas tree, but you're not calling on it. It says he's raised. He's good. Say you on a cruise ship and you about to go down because you're going through these waters. What is most Christians grabbing?
The cross.
The cross. Okay.
Right.
You calling on? It said, are you calling upon peace on wood that is more rotten than the vessel that carried him? Okay. You better off putting your belief in the boat,
Right.
than in some cross that you just made. That's like something going down and I'm just gonna pray to the Dawa. Oh Dawa, come and save me. I need you. La, we don't do that. All right, drop that and give me
Right.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. And it reads, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
They what?
They sacrifice to devils.
They ain't sacrificing to the Most High. They sacrificing to devils. Continue reading.
They sacrifice to devils and not to God. And I would have not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Continue reading.
Verse 21. Ye can't drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
You cannot love the Lord and celebrate Christmas. Continue reading.
Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils. Verse 22. Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he?
We're not stronger than the Lord.
Right.
So you're going to provoke him to jealousy when you are celebrating Christmas over celebrating him. Go ahead.
If I could,
In the mighty words of Austin, Texas camp leader Aswanyala, your arms are not long enough to box with the Most High, so you might as well kick flocks with flip flops with no socks.
Damn right. Give him a hand. That was to a T of Officer 5001 Yalla right there. Good night. Give me John's. Let me see where I want to go.
Like if I could, I'm gonna need some.
Give me Amos.
5.
Yes. Just because this is a feast day too. You get presents and you eat here, so it is a feast day too.
We're gonna start.
I want to start at it's got a, is it 21? Ain't your feast days? Damn right.
Come. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
See that? He said he hates your feast days. Okay? He hates them. The Lord doesn't like anything that you came up with.
Right.
If it's not in his book, he doesn't care about it. He doesn't respect it. Okay? And to him, it's a slap in the face. All right?
Keep on.
Yeah, I guess we can see what it says.
I go to 23. Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
I will not accept them. I will not accept your pork. You want to know what's even worse? I won't accept the lawful things I allow you to eat. Why? Because you are sacrificing them to idols. That's why I don't eat. I'm not eating no Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
I don't care if it's later. I don't care if I'm not sitting down with the family. I don't eat it. I'm not eating anything sacrificed to the idols. Continue reading.
Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
You see, don't come praying for peace. Don't come asking me to bless this food. I will not receive it or respect it. Continue reading.
Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
I what?
I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
He's not hearing your jingle bells. He's not hearing your silent nights. He's not hearing your "Oh Come All Ye Faithfuls." What else is some of them songs? Whatever the hell they are, he's not hearing none of those.
Happy July 4th.
Yeah.
Happy.
Oh, happy day.
Right.
This old happy day when Jesus washed. Continue reading.
Verse 24. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
That's what we need. Let that judgment run down as water. You understand? And righteousness is a mighty stream. That's what so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need. We need a reawakening because we are so lost. We are so stuck in the customs of man. And you know what's sick and so wicked and disgusting is we're the racists for talking about what happened to us, but they're not racist for doing these things. So you could kill George Floyd. I'm a racist for talking about George Floyd. I'm a racist for talking about Trayvon Martin. I'm a racist for talking about Philando Castile. But the people who actually killed them, they're not racist. And they murder them. So I guess the pen is deadlier than the sword. Because they can kill you and not be racist. But if If you talk about it, you racist. Go ahead, sis.
Well, don't forget, sir, that it's not all of them, as they like to say.
Yeah.
It's not always all of them.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to do with slavery. They don't have anything to do with the death of our young black men and black women by their law enforcement. Because law was created for black people. It wasn't created for the white people.
And that's what they think. But they stole law from us. Like we got judges. When you read judges, that's where the judicial system comes from. Okay? It's just the wrong people are in rulership.
Right.
And what you're saying is super heavy. Because say that again. Say what you said again.
Oh, that they wasn't involved. It wasn't them. It was ancestors.
You see that? You see that? It was their ancestors. You give me prepare slaughter.
Oh yeah.
You give me that prepare slaughter. But yeah, because what do they say? They say, well, I wasn't there. I didn't have no slaves. I wasn't there for slavery. And then we fast forward to Jim Crow. Well, I wasn't there for Jim Crow. Then we fast forward to integration. Well, I wasn't there. I wasn't at those schools trying to keep peace. I wasn't at the schools trying to keep black people out. Then we could fast forward all the way to today, where we're still dying. And you know what? You know what? When my kids are grown, you know what they're gonna say? Well, I wasn't alive. I didn't kill Trayvon Martin. I wasn't alive. And then it's gonna keep going and it just continues. And they just place the blame on the people before. That's fine. I accept you. I accept that. As long as you could accept what the Bible says. I accept that it wasn't you. I understand. You didn't put me in slavery. You weren't there. Okay. So you think. Just like you think I wasn't there.
And that's the question.
But they don't know nothing about regeneration, reincarnation. But we're going to see how we handle what the Bible says about you not being there. This is what the Bible says. This is how we handle this. You know, when they say, well, it wasn't me, that was my people before me, and they really were wrong. They shouldn't have did that to y'all. They shouldn't have had y'all enslaved and in chains. Also, Tamakia, read that.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter.
What?
Prepare slaughter.
What?
Prepare slaughter.
For who?
For the children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
We are suffering for what happened to our fathers, right? Ain't Deuteronomy, ain't that why we're suffering these curses right now? Because of the sins of our fathers. Well, it says to prepare slaughter for them, for the sins of their fathers. Continue reading.
That they do not rise.
That what?
That they do not rise.
That they do not rise. Continue reading.
Nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities.
See that? That's what we're going to do. We're going to stop you from having your cities. There's not going to be no Stephen F. Austin. I believe that was you. That's you who be bringing out the Stephen F. Austin, right?
Yeah, I'm right.
Elaborate on that, like how you be saying.
Okay, if I could.
Yeah. Won't be no more of those. Go ahead, Tamakia.
Should I pull the examples, or you want me to just chime in?
I want to hear whatever I heard at camp. Yeah, just chime in how you do at camp, because you brought us heavy stuff about.
Okay.
We calling our city Stephen F. Austin, and he was whatever he was.
Okay, Stephen F. Austin is a coward at the utmost heights. He was a pilgrim that tried to patriotically take over the United States, but he got ran out from city to city. So he came from the east and then landed south, and seeing how the Alamo got dominated by the Israelites, and took off running and then got killed.
Okay.
But before he got killed, they named Texas Stephen F. Austin because of the type of slave master that he wanted to be, but he never really was a slave master. You know
Good night, and that's the city we live in.
Right.
Give that brother a hand.
Wait, I'll let you.
All right, yeah, let him go. Keep going.
So
Yeah, educate me, because the Bible bring out that heaviness about this.
So to get a little deeper in Austin was a wasteland, like the Most High said it would be, right? Mm-hmm. So what they did was they dumped trash in Austin. That's why you see all these hills, West Hills, Westlake Hills. That's all trash covered up by grass and dirt. Okay. So they start building, the capital of Texas here. It used to be Houston. So in the midst of that, Stephen F. Austin heard about Nat Turner. And when he heard about Nat Turner, he was like, oh, snap. Here comes a masculine man that serves the Most High. Mm-hmm. We're going to be overthrown by them. We're going to be overtaken by them. We got to do something about it. There's nothing we can do about it, though. Oh, help me. Whoever he was praying to, right?
Right. Right. Damn right. Damn right.
So that's his cowardness.
Now read that again. Now read that again.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Slagia. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that for your account. I'm gonna bring that whole article out.
Damn right, Messiah Christ.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, we going to stop all that. That's what's going to stop. Okay,
sir.
One more Stephen F. Austin's.
That's right.
Okay. Now give me Colossians 2:8.
Before we touch that, I just thought of something heavy. Stephen F. Austin, right? You got the WWE. Or what was it called before WWE?
WWF.
It was called something else. WCW. Yeah, WF.
Well, that was a different one, but yeah.
You're right. Okay, what do they have in there? 316.
Right. Austin. Good night. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay.
Good
Austin 316 says, I just whooped your.
That they do not rise. Those type of people.
That's what's gonna happen. They won't be rising.
Oh yeah.
Anymore. I want Colossians 2:8.
Good night, sir.
How they already know.
Damn right. Blasphemy. God, sir. This is a letter of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 8.
2 verse 8.
Oh, 2. I was about to say, God, damn, 3 verse 8, sir.
Yeah, no, 2 verse 8.
Okay, I thought you was going there. All right, 2 verse 8, sir. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain decree, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world.
Go ahead and look up rudiments. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Okay, you're being deceived from nothing because of these philosophies. Okay, it says after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
All right. Let me bring it to the screen, sir. Let me drop this scripture for all the people watching. Make sure y'all like and share this video. What the priest is bringing out about this wicked holiday, Christmas. It's super heavy. Push this truth to your family so you don't fall victim. Yeah. Be an abomination. It's like it's the definition of rudiment. First principle of a subject.
And Shalakia. And stop taking sexy pictures by Christmas trees.
Instagram. Right.
I'm over here on Facebook about to look at the class. And I just get a big view of my ribs cousin.
Oh, Lord.
Just posted up by the Christmas tree.
Oh, Oh no, not the white trees.
Good night. We don't need sexy Christmas tree poses. Okay? It don't help you get a man under the mistletoe, under the wreath. I am going to look at these, though. Okay? Yeah. Salakia. I am going to enjoy them, but we don't need them.
All right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Okay, that's the only definition of the plural noun. So now we got similarities, basics, fundamentals, elements, essentials.
Salakia, read what it said from the top. Salakia.
From the definition.
Come.
The first principles of a subject.
That's what I want. The first principles of a subject. Now read the scripture again.
Right, let me share the screen. Slide bear with us for like 2. I can't say what I need to say. When you put me right over here.
Because it says
first, letter Corinthians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain
deceits.
Deceits. After the tradition of men.
After the tradition of men. Christmas is a tradition of men. Okay? It's not a tradition of the Most High. Continue.
After the tradition of men. After the remnants of the
rudiments.
World.
Rudiments.
Mm-hmm. It's like rudiments of the world. And not after Christ.
That's what you care about, the rudiments of the world. You don't give a damn about Christ. You don't care about Jesus Christ. Because if you cared about Jesus Christ, you wouldn't be celebrating Christmas. But you don't care. You absolutely have no care or disdain. Because you know who's more important than Christ? Your husband, your wife, your mama, your children. They're more important than Christ. Go ahead, sis.
I just want to say, after this and many other lessons that have been talked about, at least of the ISUPK, if you still don't believe, then that's proof that you like to be lied to.
Right.
And that's what it is with a lot of our people. We love to be lied to in order to keep the image and the lifestyle that we have.
Give her a hand. And that's a problem. That is a major problem because we just want to keep this lifestyle that we had, this custom. Nobody wants to change because nobody wants to be wrong. Give me 2 Corinthians 11:6. Because we just telling you the Bible. And when I tell you you're an idiot because you spent your rent money on Christmas presents, you would say what? You're mean. You're rude. You're no sweat. No sweat. No, read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6. But though I be rude in speech.
Y'all be what?
Rude in speech.
Yep.
Yet not in knowledge.
I'm rude in speech, but not in knowledge.
That's my favorite scripture.
Just because you're an idiot don't mean I have to be.
Right.
Just because you know absolutely not a goddamn thing,
Right.
doesn't mean I gotta be as stupid as you. What's it say? What's Thessalonians say?
I be rude.
No. What's Thessalonians say? Study to show thyself approved.
That's right. Damn right.
And because of that, I am approved because I study. Only thing you study is love and hip hop. You got me saying Raycon, earbuds. That's all you know.
Right.
Skip and Shannon. You don't know a goddamn thing. You know? Do you know General Muhammad? Because if you knew him, you might get a little smarter in life. Right. Do you know Captain Yatazak? You knew him, you might get a little smarter in life. Good night. If you knew Commander General Yohana, you might actually be saved, Christians. You might actually could get saved. Go ahead.
If I could bring a mighty precept to the table.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we love precepts.
Since we in the Testaments, right? earlier in the class, we was talking about the testaments. In the New Testament, the disciples was bringing you insight of the Messiah, Hamashiach in the Hebrew.
Right.
And Hamashiach is who he's speaking about, right?
Right.
He told the people, he that had no sin cast the first stone. He may be rude in speech, but not in knowledge, man. Go and sin no more if you part of this 12-tribe chart, man. And stop going for these camps and get into this school, man, the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hana, so you can get this knowledge.
And what you saying that, go to Jeremiah 3:15.
Yeah, right. So
you're reading my mind.
Hey, one
Also, Tamakia.
Hey, they say I be in the foot. I don't know.
No, Tamakia be in the fourth dimension.
No, it don't be me. So.
If there's a fifth, he's in there too.
God damn right.
He talks in parables. Okay.
Hey, shit. I'm just trying to be a little turd, sir. That's it. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 6. The Lord said also unto me in the days.
3 verse 15. So I'll get it.
That's probably on me. That one was talking about the backsliders. That was probably on me. Look, it's good night. The Lord just put his buttons on me.
That's right. Hey. Well, sign right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. And I will have you pastors according to my heart.
Read that one more time.
And I will give you pastors according to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, it's like verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Who are the pastors in this world that actually feed the flock and that give you understanding?
Right.
Who can answer that?
They're producing ISUPK.
And I don't even know what ISUPK is. Tell me. The what?
Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge.
Now read that verse one more time. Now read that verse one more time.
And I give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
That's what we do. We teach you that.
Right.
We give you understanding and knowledge. We tell you that Christmas is not your holiday. It's up to you to believe us. Go ahead.
Can I go back to 12?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like we was in verse 2, but it's in verse 12 too. Like, good night. Bible shot. Cause we was talking about the north. Let's give them a little bit more understanding.
I'm ready.
Bible shot. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Go and proclaim these words towards the north.
Go ahead and proclaim these words to the north. So so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's been slaved and oppressed in that land, you go and profess this to them. That's what we're doing every time we're in camp. Every time we're on the airways, who are we professing to?
To the north. And say, return thy backsliding Israel.
Do what?
Return thy backsliding Israel.
Return that backslide and turn away from Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, which we will be touching on next Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, I got the breakdown for that too.
Look at that. It's like
Continue.
return thy backsliding Israel,
Mm-hmm.
said the Lord, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you.
I won't cause my anger to fall upon you. I won't kill and murder and destroy. I won't destroy you.
Right.
Continue reading.
For I am merciful.
I am what?
Merciful.
The Lord is merciful when you do what he says, just like your children. If I tell you to clean up your room and you don't, I'm not going to be merciful.
That's right. Get to it.
The Lord is merciful. And he got to tell you and tell you and tell you. I'm going to tell you 10 times. Your mercy has ran out. And that's what Christians don't understand about grace. Your grace will run out.
If I could, like, this is a class sermon, man. Hey, like niggas say, I ain't gonna tell you no more though.
At all. I ain't gonna say it again.
Right.
I'm done talking.
Who you think the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians get that from, man? Thus said the Lord.
Thus says the Lord.
Right.
Where are we at?
We in Jeremiah 3:12.
Continue reading.
For I am merciful, said the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever.
And you just wanted 12.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, he ain't gonna keep that anger forever because you're going to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay. Give me Galatians. No. Give me Galatians. But just go to 4 and 10. I ain't gonna start. I ain't gonna get all my starts. Galatians 4 and 10.
It's a letter of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 10. Ye observe days.
You what?
Observe days.
Uh-huh.
And months.
Uh-huh.
And times.
Uh-huh.
And years.
That's what y'all do. That's what we doing right now. We about to observe the 25th. That's not our custom, observing these times and these days and these feast days that don't have absolutely nothing to do with us. Give me no, I don't. Give me John 17 and 14. I'm gonna skip over a couple things, But yeah, if y'all need the whole breakdown, of course, not only could you just watch the damn class, I mean, you could start there.
Right.
Whoever the hell you are, you could probably start by watching the class. But if you couldn't get to it, you can get a hold of me and get the breakdown.
That's right.
If I'm feeling brotherly, it is Tuesday. I might, you might want to catch me on a Tuesday.
That's right. Straight up.
Because really, I don't care if you got it or not. Okay.
Book of John, chapter 17, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I have given them thy word.
Uh-huh.
And the world had hated them, because they are not of the world.
The Lord has gave us this word. His word on Christmas, his word on all this, and they hate it. They hate us. They hate us for saying what happened to us. That's it. What else reason do you have to hate the UPK?
Right.
Except that we said what really happened, and we're not of this world because we don't care about what you love. Continue reading.
Even as I am not of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15.
Nope. Drop that. Give me 1 John chapter 2.
Verse 5 or 1?
Start at 3. No, start at 15. Mm-hmm.
Damn. Lord doing something different with this computer. It only started 13. It started 15, sir.
Start at 15.
This 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Love not the world,
Mm-hmm.
neither things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So you love Christmas. The Father is not with you. You loving everything that he hates, that he goes against, that he despises. Okay? It says, love not the world. Okay? And if you do love the world, and if you do follow the world's customs, go to John 8 and 44.
All right. It's the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44.
If you do celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, everything the hell else, continue reading. Go ahead and read that.
It's the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because the truth is not in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it.
Meaning, you serve your enemies and not your king. Give me Colt. No, I'm gonna say with that, we're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. We're going to get the security announcements for you. Here, you can come get this.
This is ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to school, they're off limits for 6 months. It'll be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew. My Ishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for a priest. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. All right. Let's get to it. The white man is a devil. Got my phone low and slow.
That's
All right, we got the Feast of Purim. This follow on the 14th day and the 15th day of the slide. Good night. We are in the Feast of Dedication, High Hanukkah. It's the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. All right, we started on December the 17th on Saturday, 2022. Now for the space of 8 days. You find this in the first Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Slide it to the minute above me. Damn right. All right, if anyone wants to come to troop into school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, my Stamaki, this concludes the security now, so pass the class back to Officer Small One.
All right. Go to my gym, which means stand. Okay. We're going to soar, and we are going to face the east. Okay. And we're going to get the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew and in the English. All right. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Tabaya. Ratazayaka. Ayah. Asha. Barataza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashamayim.
Nathanawa.
Lakam.
Call.
Yawam. Wasalakia now. Kawatia now. Kasalakia now. Kawatia now. Wala. Slakia. Tabaya now. Bana Sanawan. Abo. Hawashana. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wahata Paras. La'alayum. Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day
Today,
our daily bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our
as
debts.
we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
It's not
into temptation,
temptations,
but deliver us
deliver us
from the evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the
and
glory
the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Okay? Gonna give a courtesy salute to the brothers. All right? Men of Israel, Mother Shabbat, Habajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. All right, we're gonna Majim. All right, sisters, y'all gonna stand. All right, brothers, we're gonna turn and face the sisters. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mother Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Elatam Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shemal Elatam Ba'Shem Yahushua. Dr. Matash, class dismissed.